Hi guys, Yasas και καλώς ήρθατε. Today we're making vegan cookies known as Moustokouloura in Greek. They're basically cookies that are made with grape must, and they're soft, they're a little bit chewy, and they're perfect with a hot cup of coffee. They're even good with a cup of milk if you want to give these to kids. There's no sugar in them. They're made with honey and grape molasses. So I don't know, I guess they're kind of healthy too. Let's get started making them. We're going to begin preparing the dry ingredients. So we need 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and I like to measure loosely in the cup. This is 2, this is 3, and that's 4. And then I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. This keeps them really nice and soft. There's half. Here's 1. And 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and I always do heaping teaspoons because I am a huge fan of cinnamon. Half a teaspoon of ground cloves. This adds a really nice warm flavor, similar to baklava. And then just go ahead and whisk everything all together so it's well combined. You can add some orange zest if you want to this, but that's it. The dry ingredients are done. So now in the bowl of a tabletop mixer, I'm going to fit the paddle attachment in a little while. I already have a 1/4 cup of olive oil in there because I put the olive oil in the same container or the same measuring cup that I'm measuring the honey in. That helps the honey just slide out later on when we're going to add it to the mix. So I'm just going to add half a cup more. And this is light olive oil. Half a cup of honey. See how it just slides out? And then we need 1 cup of grape molasses. You'll find them in a Middle Eastern grocery store or a Mediterranean grocery store. If you cannot locate them, I'll definitely put a link where you can get this on Amazon online. I'll put that link in the blog post. And then we need a 1/4 cup of fresh orange juice. Just give everything a nice whisk. Add the beater attachment, the flat beater. I'm going to turn the mixer on low speed, and I'm going to add the flour a little bit at a time. Once all of the flour is incorporated, I'm going to turn the mixer off and just start making the cookies. So I'm going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil onto my cutting board or my work surface because I don't want to add flour and make these cookies dry. The olive oil is going to help keep them from being too sticky. And the dough should be slightly sticky. If it's more sticky than this or more runny than this, you can add half a cup of flour to it and just beat it a little bit more in the mixer. But you do want it to be a soft and very pliable dough. It's going to help it stay really nice and chewy and soft. Now to one of the portions, I cut them into 2 equal portions. I'm going to add some raisins. Raisins are traditional in this cookie. So if you like them, you can go ahead and add them. I'm just going to kind of mix it up right here on the board. Now I'm gonna cut this into little portions. This makes about 30 cookies in total. You wanna cut them into walnut-sized pieces. And it seems like there's a little too much oil on the board, so I'll just wipe it down just a little bit. Put a little less than what I did. Now you can cut these, or you can form these as big or as small as you like. I like to do kind of like walnut-sized pieces. Some of these are a little bit bigger. We can adjust as we go. And if the dough happens to be a little too sticky still, even after adding the oil on the board, then just cover it with a clean kitchen towel and let it rest for about 15 minutes, and it'll be much easier to handle once it rests a little bit. Okay, so you just want to roll each one of these little balls into about a 6-inch size rope, just like that. And then you can just make it into a little ring, just like I did over here. Put it on a baking tray that's lined with parchment paper. Or you can go ahead and form it into a rope and then just roll it up into a little spiral. So I'm going to keep forming these cookies. I'm going to do little rings and little spirals, and then we're going to go on and bake them. So I formed 31 cookies, but again, it all depends on how big you want to make them or how small you want to make them. I like to make them a little bit bigger because they bake up a little bit softer, so keep that in mind. And also keep in mind that the longer the dough sits, the easier it is to work with. So if it's your first time making them, let the dough sit for about 15 minutes covered with either plastic wrap or with a kitchen towel, and then go ahead and put a little bit of oil on your work surface. They're going to roll out really easily. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake them anywhere from about 10 to 15 minutes. The 12 o'clock mark on my oven is really the perfect time. That's how long they bake for, 12 minutes, because I like for them to be nice and soft. If you like your cookies a little bit crisper, then bake them for about 20 minutes. So just check them at the 12-minute mark. And if they're nice and soft, they're also going to harden while they sit just a tiny bit. Now it's time for the taste test. So they're still nice and soft, and when you press them, again, they're nice and soft, and they should taste delicious too. Let me take one with a raisin in it. Very nice, light, slightly chewy. They almost have a little bit of a molasses, like a gingerbread type flavor. So delicious. I think you guys are going to love these. All of the exact measurements are on the blog post on dimitrasdishes.com. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think. And if you have any recipe requests, post them down below in the comments section. And I'll see you back here next time with another delicious recipe worth sharing. Yes, us.